What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again with yet another episode of Shorty's Sneaker Conversations. This is episode 89, featuring special guest Mr. Kingsley Closets. What's up, Mav Kicks? What's up, Earl? See if we can get our guest, Mr. Sent the invites. What's up, one with my Air Force Ones? We're going to do that real soon. What's up, iLab? KK? What's going on? Here we have our guest. What is going on, sir?
What's good, Con, sir? How you doing?
Good, man. Welcome.
Let me get situated real quick so we can have this conversation.
All right, for sure. What's up, Earth One Motors?
Yes, sir.
Hello to my lovely wife, V Weathers HR. So, all right, man. I see you got the Made in Harlem. You representing home.
Oh, yeah, you already know, man. Like, that's where I'm from, so we out here. Yeah, we out here, man. How you doing this evening?
Good. Now, what you realize, I couldn't, I've been trying to put music with the flyers. I couldn't really make up my mind. I knew you was from New York, so hopefully you was okay with the Wu-Tang instead of...
Oh, yeah, sure. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, bro. Like, I was ready.
Well, I got
Wu-Tang shirt the other day.
Yeah. Well, I got some Harlem questions for you after we talk about the sneakers, if that's okay.
Say less. I'm ready, man. Happy to be here.
Well, I appreciate the bull shorts. What hat is that? What year is that? Is that 91?
Oh, it's 91. It's the first chip. I had to represent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's when it all started for me.
It started, yup.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, before we even get into introductions, even though everybody knows who you are, what's the most positive thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
Man, well, I was just in my class today, so we were just talking about the pandemic. Actually, my professor just caught COVID, so the fact that we still living in a pandemic and, while things are opening and there's things, going on, we still have to make sure that we are continuously being safe in terms of COVID. I don't even know what strand is on right now, but I could say the most positive thing I've been able to take from the pandemic is the opportunity to still be living and breathing and, doing what it is I need to do, while also making sure I'm, taking care of myself in the best possible ways to continuously just doing what it is I'm doing. But mainly just, not taking life for granted. I feel like with everything that kind of has been going on in the world in terms of just Roe v. Wade, that just happened, and things going on and with Russia and all that stuff, and it's just a blessing to still be alive and to not take life for granted, because a lot of people lost their lives during this pandemic. Everybody knows somebody that had COVID or has COVID or has died from COVID, so I'm just blessed to be here. That's the most positive thing I could take from everything that has been going on.
Okay, man. Respect, most definitely. All right, now, if you would mind, even though everybody knows who you are anyway, if you want to introduce yourself, where you are, where you from.
Bet, man. So a little bit about me. Like I said, Mr. Kingsley H. Started my new sneaker page, Mr. Kingsley H. Closet, so make sure you follow. But I was on hiatus for a while. I've been in sneaker game since early 2000s, man. I've been doing this for a good while. I just finally came back. COVID kind of made me come back to the game, but we'll talk about that throughout the conversation. But currently where I'm at Penn State University, State College, PA. There's the shit out here. I'm doing my PhD in higher education, so young, black, and educated out here, grinding, doing work. That's why I said, could we do it at 7:30? Because I just got out of class. I was taking my qualitative research class, so studying for my PhD to be Dr. Sean Hembrick. So my name is Sean, last name Hembrick. That's my real name, but a lot of people call me Kingsley because I like the law. I want to go to law school, so my friend called me Kingsley, an Esquire from ATL. So, like I said, I'm originally from Harlem, New York, born and bred. So anybody from Harlem, anybody from NYC, Big Apple, we here. Love y'all. That's it, man. I'm just just have a love for the sneakers, love for just education, helping people, helping our black man continuously grow and continuously be the best version of themselves amidst everything that's going on, especially in education. And really just out here just trying to stay blessed and stay fly and get as many sneakers as possible with everything that's going on in the sneaker game.
I hear that. And that's
pretty much it for me, man.
I feel that, man. Much respect. You know, we need more of what you're doing. So props for that.
Appreciate you, bro. Not easy, but you know, not easy.
Gotcha. Now this question, because it seems like it's troubling being from New York and being in the basketball. So
boy.
Is it Knicks or Nets? What is it?
Oh boy, Knicks or Nets. Lord of mercy, man. Do I have to pick one, bro? Like, I mean, for what it's worth, recognizing that, you know, I grew up in an era when the Knicks were actually good back in the early 90s. You know, I'm an 80s baby, so grew up when the Knicks were actually, you know, playing against the Bulls, playing against the Pacers, like actually doing things. I'm gonna say I'm not a diehard fan of either team, but I definitely rock with the Knicks, man, because I think when the Nets were in Jersey, they had a better, you know, playoff run than when they kind of moved to Brooklyn. Now, while the Nets were in New York way before, you know, like, so we understand the history there, right? I think after they came to Brooklyn, and then everything that happened when they had Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and everything after that wild ass trade that they really thought they was gonna get a championship, it didn't happen. Things just kind of go up and down with the Nets. So even like, you know, with James Harden and KD and Kyrie Irving potentially going to your team, the Lakers hope, like, I think, you know, I've been seeing it like you trying to hint. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. But I mean, like, just from the aura and the love, like, people love the Knicks, yo. Like, I can't tell you how much people, like, Knicks fans are just diehard fans, man. They go hard, man. And like, so I just respect that, being a New Yorker, and like that love for a team, even like with all the downfalls that the Knicks be having, you know, it's just that love. So I have to go with the Knicks if I had to choose.
Before we jump into quarter one, I do want to say, being from Cleveland, Knicks fans and Browns fans are almost the same, because no matter what, we're gonna be there. Like, this could be the year, you know.
The Browns had a good year one year, man. I was rooting for the Browns one year.
Yeah, it was the year before last. You know, hopefully this year will return, but
yeah, I mean, I was like, yo, the Browns might pull this off.
Yeah. Well, I had to ask that one question before we get into the sneakers, but as we jump into quarter one, you know, what was your earliest sneaker memory or moment that really, you know, resonated in your mind? Were you like, you know, the first one?
Wow, that's a good question, Chris, man. Let me think about that for a second. Earliest sneaker moment for me, man. It's like growing up in New York, you know, hip-hop culture, sneaker culture are such big things, right? So growing up in Harlem, it's all about the swagger, the fashion, like, you know, the kicks. And I think for me, you know, becoming a sneakerhead kind of really came about because I had a lot of friends that was really into it, right? So, you know, I really grew up not really having too much. So I always asked my mother, like, hey, like, yo, can I get this? Can I get this? And if I was lucky, maybe. If not, then, you know, cool. So I think for me, what really kind of kicked it off was getting my first pair of Jordans, man. Like, I think this is when Jordans were like $100, you know, like back in the like $100, $80, you go in the store. And the first pair of J's I ever got was a pair, actually, I think a pair of fives. So I think I got like a pair of fire red fives, and that was it for me. And that was like the earliest moment that kind of really woke me up. Like, yo, this is dope. Like, having these is amazing. You get what I'm saying? And like all my friends, like, you know, when you get your first pair of kicks or when you get a first pair of Jones, you got to throw them on right away, right? So I'm outside, right? My friends is like, yo, you got those? So I probably wore them damn sneakers to the ground, bro. Like, like I tell you, like I think like a while ago, like I think I found them and then like the sole was coming off and everything, man. I'm like, yo, so wear your kicks, love your kicks, but that's like my fondest, earliest memory of getting a pair of kicks. And from then, it was just, I had to just get it, yo. And I loved Michael Jordan. I loved the Bulls in the 90s. So anything he was wearing, anything he was doing, Magic, and I was like, what are those? What are those? So had to have it. And then a New York staple, you know, Air Force Ones, right, Uptowns, like we call them. Just a classic kick. So I probably got like 2-3 pair of those in the closet as well.
That was gonna be one of my questions, but you are had at least one. But nah.
Yeah, you gotta have at least a couple. They don't make them like they used to no more. I'll tell you that much.
Oh nah.
Not at all.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Oh yeah.
I do find it interesting because I've had several people from the tri-state on this show that they'll be like, a couple of the older cast was like, yeah, I'm not wearing Jordans, just because they were so deep into the Knicks and Ewing, Mason. Like, yeah, I can't. How can I be a Knicks fan and wear Jordans? So,
right.
No, I know it's still because I mean, shit. Spike is the biggest Knicks fan, and he still be wearing J's with the Knicks jerseys and whatnot. So,
yeah. Well, he got them Knicks threes. Like, well, a lot of people call them Knicks threes. Mm-hmm. I think they were more like Cavs threes. Like the old Cavs colors were like kind of like blue and orange back in the day. But people got those threes. They love those threes. So I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Now, what is the next sneaker after that Fire Red 5? That like, all right, I'm in this. You know, I'm fully in this now. What was that next sneaker?
I mean, my Grail sneaker. Well, I have two Grails specifically, but like my Grail of all Grails is the Jordan Bred 11s. That was it for me. I mean, like a lot of people that are in the sneaker game, they would tell you that sneaker was the sneaker. It is still the sneaker. It's just something about that colorway, that Chicago colorway and that silhouette, the 11, that, you know, some people don't like, which is fair because everybody has their, you know, view of the kick. But just something about a patent leather sneaker in the red, black, and white Chicago colorway just was it for me. And, like, you know, I love 11s. You know, I have a few pair of 11s, but, like, that's the one pair that I can never get. You know, it is like, it hurts. Like, I can never get a pair of Bred 11s. So if anybody could help me get a pair of those, I'll love you for life. But I have, you know, have friends that have had like every retro of them. I'm like, yo, I just need a pair. But that's the shoe for me that really set it off. Like, I love the Bulls. Like, I have Michael Jordan poster on my wall. Like, I'm looking at it currently. I love Jordans. But not just Jordan. I like a lot of different sneakers. We could talk about sneaker history for sure. But that was the sneaker for me that made me like, yo, I'm in this. Like, I want to do this. And that really was like opening for me. And then when Jordan retired, came back with the 4.5, and then, you know, that's when like all the real like super iconic silhouettes of the Jordan started, like the twirls and like all of those started coming out. I was like, yo, that was it for me. I was like, yo, this is something I gotta do.
Nah, I got you.
PPS size 12, yo. Like,
yeah,
like a 12.
Okay. Well, as somebody who wears, I'm 11 through 12 size myself. I'll definitely be on the lookout for you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I skipped a lot of the retros. Like, I didn't get the CD. I didn't get the 2012 because I still wear my pair from 01.
Okay.
But because I've had other Jordan 11s from that era starting to separate, I did grab the last one. So I feel like they don't really go for that much, but they're already $220 to begin with. I mean, I'm accepting these new sneaker prices, and that was pre-pandemic. I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout for you.
Oh yeah, greatly appreciate it. Turn my AC off so I can hear you better.
But yeah. Shout out to everybody joining. Shout out Dre the Party Animal, of course. My Reach Back co-host, my homie Cutie, Ash McMath. It's just Tequila. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. Everybody in the chat, you know. But okay, all right. Now, with you being from Harlem, you know, a lot of greats from Harlem: Puffy, Dame, Cam, rest of the Dipset,
Rihanna's baby daddy.
Yeah. What ASAP dudes is from there too, ain't they?
Yeah, that's what I said. Rihanna's baby daddy.
So yeah, you know. Yeah. So a lot of style there, but who, you know, we're from the same era. Like who, you said Rihanna's baby daddy. It just resonated. Going 100 miles an hour here. My bad. Oh man. Who was your first style, you know, influence, you know, coming up? even really before you started getting your own money? Like, was
Right.
it a relative or somebody from the block, somebody famous? You know, who really inspired your early style?
I mean, you know, back in the day, like Harlem, definitely like New York, this being like, you know, fashion capital of the world as they call it and stuff. I think a lot of that Harlem swag kind of came from just like hip hop history, right? So what the like, you know, what are like, you know, rappers were wearing, you know, so like Bad Boy was like a huge influence, like, you know, Diddy and Mace and Biggie, the Locks and all of them, they was wearing like the stuff that we wanted. So had to have your Pele Pele, you know, had to have your Avrex jacket. You know, those were like the things back in the day, man. There used to be a thing called Pepe jeans. People used to rock those. I don't even think they even make Pepe jeans anymore. But like, you know, those were the things. Like this was like before like Rockaware and like Sean John. Like this like Pele Pele's, Pele jacket, Avrex jacket. Those were the things. So a lot of the swag kind of came from there. Like, you know, Pepe jeans was like the wave. You know, you had your shell toe Adidas, like you had your Air Force Ones, and then everybody, you know, they had the Jordans as well. So a lot of my style kind of came from just what people in the community was wearing, what like rappers was wearing, you know, what it is I seen. So like before I had my own money, it was kind of more so like, okay, like so what was kind of the style? I mean, back then even like FUBU was still kind of prevalent a little bit. Right now it's like nobody's like FUBU, you wear FUBU, you know, it's like. But like FUBU was a thing, you know, Champion, like people be sleeping on Champion. Champion was like a thing back in the day.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like you rock the Champion like it's whack.
Mm-hmm.
Like people had a lot of Champion. Truthfully, Champion used to make all the damn like replica like NBA
right here.
Everybody had one, yo. Like I'm telling you. So a lot of the style kind of came from that, you know. As I got older, you kind of talk about Fabulous with the throwback jerseys. So Mitchell and Ness became thing. You had the throwback jerseys, you know, the baggy, big ass jerseys, right? You had the white tees and white tees. White tees was a big thing leaving the home. Everybody had like fresh white tees. I used to go to the store and just buy like a pack of like 5 white tees. And so a lot of the style just kind of came from just like what was known, what you were seeing, and like, you know, what you were doing, and like, but. You had to have the kicks, yo. Like, I don't care if you had like the baggies and stuff. Like, it was all about them kicks. At least kind of when I grew up, sure.
Yeah. Like, I remember Champion being a thing when I was like junior high school. The hoodies and the crew necks.
Yeah.
Sweatpants, pretty much everything but the Champion shoes.
Yeah.
You know, you wasn't a cheerleader, you ain't had a Champion shoe.
Right.
Other than that, yeah, Champion was big. Of course, to me, the early urban brands, your Cross Colors and Carl Kanai, was that big out there for y'all?
Not so much, at least not from what I've seen. I think a lot of people definitely had like some Carl Kanai. I know like a lot of people had like Wallabies, and like those were like kind of big, and like Kangos were like big for a little while. That was like kind of like a thing. We used to have a store in Harlem called Harlem USA. So a lot of celebrities would go there. So there was like, and I think they still got BIM over there. So like Benton and like Harlem USA was like our spots. Like Harlem USA was like the spot you could definitely run into. I mean, I done ran into Jim Jones in there. I done ran into Cameron in there. Cause that was like the shop where everybody went. They had like all the jackets. This is when Bear USA was like a winter jacket. Like if it's like Bear, so they don't make Bear USA jackets no more. But those were before like the damn Mermarks and, you know, the damn Montclairs. Like Bear USA was like it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really think it was that much big, but like, you know, like I said, it was kind of like the Avrexes and the Pele Peles and things like that for me.
Okay. Now before we jump into quarter two, what year did you come out of high school? So
I graduated high school 04.
Okay.
So 04. Like, you know, yeah, so I graduated high school 04 and I went to college like 04, like 09. So yeah, like that's when I came out.
Got you. Yeah, so you was right. Yeah. Your high school years was the throwback era for real.
Yeah, like literally like the throwback era. So like I'm an 86 baby, so like yeah, throwback. So I ain't lived with it, but like, you know, I still remember some of the things. Like I still know what a Game Boy is, so.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. So as we jump into a little more recent sneaker past, probably from when you started getting money up until a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years before the pandemic. You know, what was your do you remember your first job?
Yes, I actually do remember my first actual job. Like I had like little summer jobs because like in New York you could work like have like little summer jobs like 16 stuff. But like my first job ever was working at a McDonald's that was downtown across from Barity Park, like going to the Staten Island Ferry. Like there used to be a McDonald's down there, like all the way downtown. That was like my first job ever.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, what first pair of kicks you bought with
with my McDonald's money? Oh, what was the first? That's a good one. What was the first pair of kicks I bought with my McDonald's money? Let me think. I think the first pair of kicks that I ever bought that wasn't like a hype, I guess like a hype Jordan type kick was I think I bought me some all black. I bought me some black and white shell toes. That was like the first pair of kicks I bought because I think one like Run DMC was like big and like shell toes for me are just extremely comfortable. So that was like the first pair of kicks that I bought like with my McDonald's money. And then as I started to get checked, there was like a couple of joints and things that came out, so I bought some J's here and there. But like my first kick was like a pair of shell toes.
Okay. Now we touched on you know fashions late 90s and early 2000s. After you started getting you know your own money, did you have like a go-to brand that was like I like this brand more than all the other brands? Because for me, when I first started getting money, it was Tommy on that side, and on the urban side, Mecca urban side.
So I think like a brand. So like I mean, Jordan brand was kind of still becoming a thing. I think like brand Jordan beforehand, like it was kind of coming to things. There wasn't really as many Jordan T-shirts and stuff like how they have. Like and like I mean, Nike had stuff, but I think for me, it was about Ralph Lauren polos. Like polo, like people like in New York, polo was it. So like anything Ralph Lauren polo, I had to have. So polos, every damn color polo I could probably think of. Anything with that damn little horse, that little guy on a horse, we had it. The hats, the polos, and like just some shorts, man. Like some straight shorts and a polo. That was it. So that was like my go-to brand because mainly polo had like damn near every variation of color that went with like every damn sneaker I had. So it's like I had to have like every in Nautica, like Black Tommy, like in Nautica. So polos and Naughties were like the thing. Like so.
That's old school right there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, they still got Nautica too, and people sleep on Nautica. Nautica has some nice stuff, man. For real.
See, for me, because I didn't really start getting my own money until '97. So, you know, in Cleveland, I called because I was really before the urban clothes really hit, like '99 really had NYC, but we call it a niche. You had Mecca and you had FUBU.
Yep,
everybody
had a niche, and Mecca, yep.
Everybody wore FUBU. You had a couple places around and sold like RP55 and a couple other random brands, but it was basically just a niche, FUBU, and Mecca on the urban side. And I like Mecca better than FUBU. Everybody was wearing FUBU.
Yeah, everybody's wearing FUBU.
Niche was more expensive than FUBU and Mecca, so I only had like a few of those. But on the regular clothes side, the Tommy Nautica Polo Renaissance, I always felt Nautica was the most affordable. Tommy was in the middle, and Polo was the most. And then you had, but you know, and then I feel like Echo came. Well, I ain't gonna say it came. It got big, and then after that, it was Rockaware and Academics, and
and then like Sean John and everything. Yep.
Yeah, every rapper in the world had a brand at one point.
Every rapper, everybody had a brand. That brings me back to thinking about, you know, like definitely Nietzsche, definitely Echo. Definitely had a couple of Echo things, like for real. So like, I think like one of my girlfriend at high school took my damn Echo shirt, like because Echo was like a thing. And then we also had Academics too. So that was like a big thing too. Like, you know, like a lot of people wore academic stuff as well. That was like really, really big, like in New York. What other brand that was kind of big as well? Like Coogee too. Like Coogee was like a thing. Like you had to have like your Coogee. That was like so like those were like some really big ones. So definitely like Coogee, Academics, like Anichi. Like I didn't really see too many people with like Mecca. I mean, it was big, but like not like Fuku, but like Academics and like Echo, and then then Sean John was like for wave for a while. Everybody had the Rockaware for a while. I had a couple of Rockaware like sweatsuits, tracksuits, you know, and then like fitted. Another thing, fitted hats in New York. Hats are like the thing in New York, right? So fitted hats, I have a shit ton of fitted hats, but I really started been getting back into like my snapbacks because they just feel a little bit more comfortable for me. But I have a shit ton of fitted hats, a ton of snapbacks, because like hats are just like a added addition to your outfit in New York. So like, like how like a lot of people wear like socks now with their sneakers and stuff. Like people been doing that, but like a hat, like there was times when I bought a pair of sneakers and the first thing I went to go get was a damn hat instead of an outfit. Because it's like I need to find a hat, a cap or a hat to match with these damn sneakers.
Yeah. That was definitely good times. Oh man.
For real. Definitely. Tell me about it.
What was something back then that was popping that you didn't really mess with?
Oh, something back then that was popping that I really didn't mess with. I think, like, if we talking about like fashion, I really didn't mess with like the Mesquite jeans and stuff too much. Like, the jeans with like the splat paint and stuff, and then like when True Religions and stuff, I really ain't messed too much with True Religion. And I forgot the damn of that company with the big ass M on the damn jeans, the broad jeans, so I like those jeans. I kind of like the jeans with the damn straps. Like, so I really didn't mess with that stuff too much. I kind of always tried to keep it like real simple, real like I think like the Pepe jeans was kind of it for me because Pepe kept it real simple. Sometimes they got a little eccentric, and I think I had a pair of jeans with jeans on them. Like, so that was as far as I got. But when they started getting wearing the damn straps on the jeans and stuff, I was like, y'all can have that. I was like, that was too much for me.
Now I will say,
the Visual jeans, those jeans. Like, I ain't really like the Visual jeans at all. So like, we're walking around with a big ass M on the back.
I never got with that one.
Yeah, I never got the Visual jeans. Too much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll translate that to sneakers. So when you were in high school, 2000 to 04, what was the shoe that everybody rocked at that time where you was just like, nah?
Man, like a lot of people used to rock. I mean, fours were like big, and like fours are still big. So a lot of people fours. I think back then we had a lot more retros than we do now. So we saw a lot of 17s, a lot of 10s, 18s, like 20s were like a big thing. Like this before like the 21s and all that stuff, but like 20s, 16s, 14s, but like the shoe that a lot of people always had that was like the big thing was just the 11s. Like the 11s were really like that staple shoe. 11s and 3s. Like I seen a lot of people like wear a lot of 3s back then. Like Jordan 1s, they weren't as hyped as they are now. So like a lot of people ain't wearing 1s. Like, but I like 3s, 4s, 10s, 11s, 12s, depending on the colorway of the 12. So like if it was like a playoff or like a flu game, like the cherries or like the royal blue ones or whatever, then yeah. But like those were like the hype sneakers back then that I seen. And then like Air Force Ones, people wore the shell toes, and a lot of if we like just talking about Jordans, but there were other sneakers that people wore as well that I seen. Like we had Nike had a lot of trainers, so like the Bo Jacksons were like so I'm glad those are coming back. The Air Trainer 1. Those are coming back. I saw maybe a little bit of those, but not too much. Glad those are coming back. Like I said, shell toes, kamikaze. So Reebok was kind of big. So like people used to wear the kamikazes, different things like that. AI, so answer 4s, 3s, 1s. Those were like big as well too.
Okay. Yeah, I remember all those being a thing back then.
Yeah, for real.
All right, now before we jump into half times, we're gonna do a little either or game during halftime here.
Okay, I'm
With the
down.
Air
I'm
Force
down.
One being cool. With the Air Force One being
Okay.
as big as it is in Harlem, is there any love for the Vandal in Harlem?
I couldn't hear you. I was breaking up a little bit. The love for what sneaker?
With the Air Force, hold on, right quick. Let me.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I said
You okay?
with the Air Force One, being as
Mm-hmm.
big as it is in Harlem,
Mm-hmm.
is there any love in Harlem for the Nike Vandal?
Oh, actually, surprisingly, I did see a couple of people with those. I mean, like the Air Force One is always gonna be like a staple, but like the people that wore those, they loved those. So like there was love there. I will say that, but it was there was just not as much love as it was for Air Force Ones, and I mean white Air Force Ones. Like they were like no other color because it's coming a multitude of colors, but white, all white Air Ones. But yes, there definitely was love for those back then, but not as much as Air Force Ones. I mean, even more. I mean, now Air Force Ones, we get a bunch of different type of Air Force Ones and a multitude of different colorways and different type of patterns and stuff. But everybody's back on the dunk wave now, so I'm happy dunks are back out. But now I think for the summer, at least from what I've seen, the New York sneaker is the dunks, the pandas. So you go to New York, everybody probably got a damn pair of pandas now.
The
so
panda thing.
That's the sneaker. That's the New York sneaker now. So if you go to New York and you don't got a pair of pandas,
like,
so
I don't get it. They're easy to wear like that, but
I mean, it is, but it's like such a. I mean, I can't speak to saying like it's a basic shoe because I mean it's a white Air Force One. That's a basic ass shoe, but you could do so much with an Air Force One though. Like you can wear it up, you can wear it down. Like I see people wear this at the weddings. You get what I'm saying? Like not much you could like a white panda, So I mean, but that's the shoe of the summer apparently. So if you got them, you love them. No hate there. I'd be wearing them. At least not at home.
Nah, I'm with you. And my boy Shirley has said 18 million restocks. That is true. That shoe has restocked so many times.
I mean, so many times, man. Like, I think the highs came out, and then like 2 days later, like the lows came back out. I was like, hey, everybody should have a pair now. For real. Yeah. So like in New York, like everybody, it's like, yeah. So, but I mean, that's how it was when we had that's how it was when we had Uptowns. Like everybody had a pair of white Uptowns. So it's just a different sneaker, different generation, different wave. So am I gonna hate on it? No. But I'm like, okay, now there's other sneakers. But I mean, it's just what it is. So if you could get your hands on something that you wanted, and you could get it, and you're gonna love it, and you're gonna wear it, then cop it. That's what I say.
Sure.
For sure.
Right. Well, we will jump into halftime. I'm going to ask you some questions. What would you have, either or? All right. So you are from Harlem. I'm not going to ask you about
yes,
the
sir.
Choose between mids and highs and white Air Force Ones. Which one are you taking?
Oh, it's always going to be mids. Always going to be. Like, I rarely see anybody wear highs ones. All white mids, always. When Nelly said nothing compared Fresh Crispy white pair. That's what it is. Give me 2 pairs. Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, some people like highs. I think people with highs, they get those like highs people wear in multitude of colors. Like mids, only white. Like if you got black mids, then they think you like a criminal or something. Like don't get black mids, but like all white Air Force One mids, always.
For sure.
See, all I do is always wear lows. Like that's what it is.
Now, you're obviously going to say, because Harlem is a part of Manhattan, right?
Yeah, it is, yep.
So
Parliament happened. One of yep.
after y'all, who has the most style in the borough? If you had to pick between Brooklyn and the Bronx, after y'all,
Between Brooklyn and Bronx, after
mm-hmm.
Harlem. I mean, like if you speak to a lot of New Yorkers, truly, everybody's gonna rep their borough. Like Brooklyn, Queens, Staten. Well, we don't really talk about Staten. Yeah, so I said,
Oh,
like Staten had a lot of dope. Like Staten had a lot of dope people, but truly, I think every borough is different. You heard me? So like,
yeah.
so every borough is different in terms of like they fashion, they swag, their uniqueness. But I would say definitely like BK is a different type of swagger. Like I respect dudes. I got a lot of cousins in BK, so like I think it's swagger. But like Queens too, like I think Queens women they give women in New York a run for their money. I would say that off top. Like, the women in Queens they be dressing their ass off, yo. Like Harlem women like they got the swagger, but Queens women, yo, from what I seen and growing up, they give the woman their money. That's for real.
Okay. Now this one may be a little hard here, but
Okay.
Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
That's an unfair comparison, bro.
There's some differences.
I mean, growing up, I grew up in both generations, so I got to see. Yeah, so I got to see Kobe play. I don't feel like you could have Kobe without Jordan, yo. Like, because Kobe like so deep. Like, I would watch videos of them back to back, and like I grew up in the Bulls era, so Jordan for me. But like, yo, Kobe definitely will always be like another like if you put Kobe in another, it would definitely be Kobe because this Kobe and how he played. I'm talking about the years when he was with Shaq and he went off. So like, the 8 years dope, but the 24 years, woo-wee, that man was a savage.
Absolutely.
So, definitely. And then Jordan is just shit that nobody could do, bro. Like, he was just poetry in motion. Like, one of my favorite players is Vince Carter. And, like Vince Carter did a lot in Toronto, but like Jordan, he just did unique. Like watching Jordan play, like I was watching The Last Dance the other night and just sitting there and just reliving that. I'm like, yo, this was nasty, bro. So I gotta say, Jay.
Okay. Brought him up. I was gonna ask you next before we get into another sneaker one. Vince Carter or Brady?
Oh, VC for sure. Air Canada, man. I feel like T Mac got a little bit more I feel like T Mac got more publicity because Vince Carter wasn't really known aside from like the dunking, but Vince Carter was in the league for a damn long time, bro. I don't think VC get the respect that he deserves. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, VC definitely did a lot. I really feel like Toronto should have retired his number because he brought their ass to the playoffs. Like when Toronto was getting started. So the fact that his number's not retired is extremely disappointing because VC was the Toronto Raptors, bro. At least for me, like when that franchise came about in '95. So definitely VC. Growing up with him, I got the opportunity to meet him when the NBA store was like before they kept moving that. They moved the NBA store like sometimes. So the NBA store used to be huge. It was big, at 3 floors. It's still on Fifth Avenue, but it was way bigger back in the day. And they used to have like a little like downstage you can meet the celebrities and stuff. Opportunity to meet him, very genuine dude, cool dude, and like somebody that I just admire for real.
Now, I had to give you props on the purple Vince Carter jersey because...
Oh, yeah, that's classic, man.
I have one now. Mitchell and Ness finally started making it, but my wife will tell you, I was looking for that jersey for like 3 years in my size because I always would find the white one or the red one, but I could never find the purple one.
Yeah, the purple one is a staple. Like, that one is a swingman, which was really big back in the day. Like, I'm glad swingmans are coming back because people used to love swingmans. Like, this before Michelin that's even got hold of swingmans. Like, everybody had swingmans. Champion had swingmans. Nike had swingmans, but the Nike check on it, remember? Swingmans had the Nike check on them. People used to try to take the damn Nike check. Yeah, remember people used to try to take the damn Nike check out so it could look like a real jersey. So so the purple one, but Mitchell and Ness, I like. So that's like my real jersey. So the purple Vince Carter jersey, the original Toronto Raptors jersey, the actual wrapped on it, and the purple is a jersey I have to get. That's what I plan to get for my birthday because that jersey is just beautiful jersey and definitely just nostalgic for me, Vince Carter. For
sure. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm the only person in the world who likes the regular one over the dinosaur one. Like the dinosaur one is cool.
Oh yeah,
Damon Stoudemire.
Yeah.
But because I used to have that replica back in the day, but yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I do like that one too. The purple one with the Toronto on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But okay. Air Max 95 or Air Max 97?
Air Max 95 or Air Max 97s. Whew. I love my 97s. I ain't gonna hold I love 97s. I have a lot of pair of 97s. They are comfortable as hell, but 95 is a classic, yo. Like you could never go wrong with a pair of 95s, especially like the OG 95s, like the Vault 95s, man. Classic. So 95s will forever be a classic, like Max. And those like vivid colorways. It's that silhouette alone. It's like the 9.6 had a little bit of the 9.5, but nobody really wore the 9.6. And they bought a couple of the 9.6 back out, but 9.5s will forever be classic. For real.
All right, so my last one before we get.
Like, you're like 9.5s, 9.7s. Like, what?
Nah. I know you gonna give me the straight up though, especially being from.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it funky with you.
Why? All right, so my last one before we jump into present day sneakers is if you had to take Penny or Grant Hill.
Ooh. Whew. Can we go to intermission real quick?
Nah,
Penny or Grant Hill, damn, yo, damn. Like, and here's the thing, like I'm following you, and like I know you've been rocking Penny. Like I think, did you post Penny the day you posted Penny yesterday? But like,
yeah, the Penny too.
I know you've been posting Penny stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, damn, Penny was a bad man, bro. But Grant, damn, I think I gotta go, yo. I think I'm gonna have to go with Penny on this one, bro. Because I'm gonna have to go with Penny. Penny was bad, boy. Like back in Orlando, man. Penny was bad, man. But Grant did some work. I ain't gonna hold. Grant did some work in Detroit, bro. Like he did work. And I'm talking about like Detroit where they had like the damn little horse on their jerseys and like the back in the day, like they had like the green jerseys and shit, remember? With like the so yeah, I mean he did some work. Whew.
See,
that was a hard one, bro.
No, it is. I was really interested.
Grant did some work though. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, for real. Whew.
The reason why I take Grant over Penny is because, and it's not Penny's fault, but Grant Hill, he was himself longer than Penny. Like Penny was still good.
That's true. I respect it.
99, but he was never the same after 97. Mm-hmm. He was never the same. So we at least got 7 years.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with you on that, for real. I agree.
Yeah. After
I definitely agree.
I think he got injured. It was the season he was wearing the Penny 2 and then the foam positive.
Yep.
And then after 97, 98 with the 3, he was never the same. So
yeah, that's true.
I still love them both, and I wish they would have had longer careers because those guys would definitely be both top 75.
Definitely, man. Mostly for real, man. Like, man, like that's for real.
All right. So as we jump into present day sneakers, everybody,
bring it.
Everybody, has feelings whether it be good or bad about the game currently. I'm a dinosaur in this, so I find myself on the side. But what's something about today's shoe game that you feel like is better than how it was before?
What's something that's actually better today than it was before?
Mm-hmm.
So on my channel, on my page, like I started to have like these things I call like real sneaker talk. So like what I try to do with those is we try to have like conversations that's just about real things. So like that's definitely something to think about. And I think I'm probably gonna talk a little bit tomorrow, if I don't get to tomorrow, just sometime this week, about like how the sneaker game has changed. But I do think what's really good about the game now is that there is a lot more, I would say, variety in different things. So like sneakers come out every damn day now, right? So like, and then like restocks happen every damn day. So if there's truly, typically things you can get for retail are more like the super hype, the hype sneakers, right? But like if it's a sneaker like you want, like I'll probably show, like I got like the Jordan 1 Heritage. They restock. A lot of times sneakers, like a lot of times sneaker companies or boutiques and stuff, they won't get the sneaker like the day it's supposed to come out. So like for example, like those Stage Haze Jordans, they pushed those, right? So like some stores had them, and then like a lot of them, they don't come out till like the second, I think, right? So I do think there's opportunities to get sneakers if you just know how to get them. So there's definitely a lot more sneakers to cop, right? I feel like a lot of the old schools are kind of coming back out, which is dope. So like I said, those Air Max Trainer 1s came back out, like seen those in a while. You know, a lot of the Bo Jacksons are coming back out. Dunks are coming back out in a multitude of different, seen a lot of collaborations. I think that's really unique. That's really dope. That's not something that, you know, was really a big thing back in the day. So more collaborations with different companies. The creativity has skyrocketed. And like in terms of like how sneakers are doing. So like all these tools that are coming out in different colorways and unique, with working with artists and different now. Because, you know, the creativity of sneakers is kind of becoming something more. So like a sneaker is not just something that is just to have. It's like a piece of art, you know? So like I look at sneakers as like art. Like anything I put together is an art form. Like, you know, I'm a writer as well. So like I really appreciate the art like that goes behind the sneaker. So that's what I really like about it. But when we talk about the reselling and the backdooring and stuff, that's what gets me upset. You know? So, but like I just love the creativity that's kind of coming out with these sneakers nowadays. You know, mids are coming back hot. People slept on mids, but man, it's like I'm telling you, mids have some of the most bomb poppinest colorways on Jordan 1s.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know why people they have some of the most fire colorways. So I do appreciate the creativity now. So that's for real.
I used to feel like because I felt like they didn't really start pushing dunks for real until after the pandemic had started. But I used to feel like mids.
You didn't really see them that much.
Yeah, I feel like mids used to be like, aside from Nike SB, they used to be like dunks for people because I feel like Nike was pushing mids because they could get more money for them because they were Jordans, you know? So I kind of miss that because mids are better now than they probably have been, but I still feel like they were just a little more available. They weren't people trying to resell them back then.
Exactly, yeah. I agree with that, for sure. Definitely.
All right. Now, I do want to say, I video you had posted of, you know, you got your lady, those,
Oh, yeah. I got those, yep, I got them. Like, that was the sneaker I wasn't sure. I said, I got them right here. So that's one of my new releases. And, like, you know, people's like, oh, so bright, man. Vault Green, you could do a lot with those. Because I have the Vault Green, Air Max 90s, most comfortable damn pair of sneakers ever. And it's so much you could do with that color. I'm telling you, man, I had the copper pair, for real.
Sure. This is my wife's pair. I kind of regret not getting some now, but I've...
oh, yeah. I had the copper
many
pair for me and her.
It's all my fault.
But
it's cool. Cool. Now... where you're at now, Penn State, is there anywhere around there that like, you know, is sneaker spot? Because like being from Ohio,
State College.
Yeah, you know, because I can't remember where it's by. You know, is there anywhere out there? Nothing.
I mean, it's State College, Pennsylvania. It's nothing here but Penn State. That is it. So it's no, only I get sneakers. I have to go home, right? Or like I just gotta play online, like you know how you do. Sometimes I come out lucky, sometimes I don't. I mean, I'm familiar with sneaker community, so I don't just shop on like foot sites. So if you're not familiar, you know with foot sites, Foot Locker, Champs, or that stuff. I look at boutiques. So Oneness, Politics, like all like different places like that, Extra Butter. So don't and like you know and raffles too. So that's unique too. Raffles I think will give you like at least a 50-50 try, right? But out here, the closest city is probably Pittsburgh. I haven't gotten to Pittsburgh yet, so I'm gonna probably explore sometime this summer. So when I go out there, I'll probably do it like let's see what's popping in Pittsburgh. And then Philly. So I think Philly is a little way, and then DC. Like if I really want to go like sneaker shopping for real, I'll have to go back home to like DC, Maryland, because DC's like 4 hours. But like if I really just want to get close, I'll probably go to Philly because everything is in Philly. In some sense, you got. I could go to the damn mall. The sneakers, Mitchell and Ness is in Philly, the actual store. So Philly will probably be the spot where I would go. Yeah, so out there. So Philly's probably be the place where I would go if I want to go get like kicks. I don't want to go to New York. But like in State College, PA, like nah, bro, nah. Got you. Like yo, we have a Journeys, so I bought me some New Balance. So maybe get some ducks. I caught me some New Balance, so you know some Spurries. You know, for the summer, like you know, so I mean, that's it.
Yeah, to me, Journeys has always been weird because when they were really pushing Nike 6.0, you know, affordable Nike SB that's a little more accessible, it's like have them for like a year, and then they wouldn't have them, and then they would have them again. So it's like,
yeah, true. It's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss in Journeys. Like I typically go to Journeys like if I want to get some shell toes because they typically always got like every damn color of like shell toes there. Like I said, I kind of been on my New Balance wave. I used to wear New Balance, but New Balance is coming back some heat. So like I really like the 997H's. So I caught me a couple of pair of those because I just like how they feel. They really comfortable. So yeah, I know Journeys is gonna have like New Balance and like a damn Adidas for sure. So like if I want to get like either pair of those, I'll go to Journeys to cop a pair. Yeah, but like if I want like sneakers, I gotta go home. Okay, so. And the one spot in New York that I always know is going to have sneakers that, you know, people be like, oh, they sitting. We have a JD Sports on Times Square. And, like, I could tell you, I could always go on JD Sports and find something I, like, set back and didn't put a plug on. And, it would, for example, like those Court Purple 13s, like, them shits had been on maybe, like, 2-3 months. I went home, they were in JD Sports. I'm like, I could buy these right now if I really wanted to. Like, they had some Griffies. So I know that JD Sports is always a clutch spot, yo. So if you ever in New York, go to 42nd Street and go to JD Sports if you're looking for like kicks. I mean, we have a bunch of other stores, but like we just want to go like a foot store. Like 42nd Street, we got a Foot Locker down there, the JD Sports, and then there's a damn Champs all around the corner. So you can hit all three.
Now, at home, is Dr. J's still a thing?
Dr. J's is still a... Yes, we have some. It's not that many anymore. It used to be really, really big. I'm not too sure on 125th Street, but Dr. J's is not as big as it was. Like, Dr. be big. Like, Dr. J's, I think we still got some Jimmy Jazzes, too. I'm not too sure we still got Vims, but Dr. J's was big, so I'm not too sure. I haven't been home in a while, so I'm not too sure if they even have Dr. J's. They may still have a couple. But, yeah, okay. But Dr. J's was big, yeah, for real.
Yeah, because certain spots, like if I think of New York, I think about them. I think about Chic Shoes.
Oh yeah, I don't know. They ain't put a Chics in New York. They might. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I haven't been home in a while, so I don't know what's in New York now.
Not Chic Shoes. I'm sorry, GBNY.
Oh, GBNY. Yeah, GBNY is in Queens.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Chic Shoes is what. That's
yeah, Chics is. Oh yeah, I know a couple. I found a. Where the hell was I? I saw maybe. Where the hell was I? I was somewhere. I saw a damn Chics. I was like, hey yo, GBNY is in Queens.
Yeah. And then Philly. I know you had some experience there. I always think of Lapstone and Hammer.
Familiar.
There is, well, it's probably not as big as it was. City Blue, which is also in Cleveland, used to be really big in Philly.
Oh yeah,
sort of like
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, Sneaker Villa used to be a thing until DTLR bought them out. I actually used to work for them.
Yeah, DTLR was a big thing.
Yeah,
that's I mean, I lived in when I was working in Auburn. I used to look up because we had a little more like up the block from where I lived when I was working in Auburn, and we had a Hibbert in there. So Hibbert Sports, and then that like down the block we had a City Gear. So I always would like look up there. Like I found a Jordan 4 fire, like the fire, like I found like the fire red Jordan 4s. They just were sitting in the damn mall. Like, because everybody was like, oh, like the QC was kind of off and stuff. But so I found it, like I was in the mall. I was like, oh shit, like y'all got these in a size 12, and they had them. So I copped. So like I was like, shit. I was like, yo, you get fire red because those damn sneakers, how they like $500 now, right? So like I copped them at retail because they were just sitting there. It's like, and then it was like, oh yeah, we got the shipment late. So sometimes you just be in a place, and sometimes you just, if you see something you want and you happen to be in a place, just cop it. I have bought sneakers all over the damn place. I was in Vegas and I had copped a pair of ones because they just had them in the Nike store. I was like, okay, if you, it's like, so like, I don't like to hear people complain like, I can't get certain sneakers. Like a lot of the sneakers that people can't get, they somewhere, believe me, because there'll be a lot of people on IG talking about, look at the Nike store, these just sitting there. So you can find them somewhere. I mean, you may have to travel, but if there's a sneaker you want, you can typically probably find it. Because there's not a lot of hype in a lot of places. Like, so.
Now, I know that the black and red 11 is top of a list of things you need, but is there anything else?
I need that.
I got you. I'm gonna try to find those for you for sure.
Okay, I appreciate that. Like, I need that pair.
Problem. Now, is there another shoe on that level that's kind of like Holy Grail level that you've never been able to touch, that you've always wanted but just never was able to get?
Well, I have one of my right here. I'm gonna show, and I wore these. But this was a pair of kicks that I was never able to get, but I finally got them because somebody in like one of my sneaker communities was selling a lot of their Jordans because they was like just like getting rid of some, and they had these 7s, the Raptor 7s. On sale. So this was a pair I wanted forever to match with that purple Raptor Vince Carter jersey. So this was a pair of sneakers that I wanted forever, that when I got my hand on them, I'm like, oh boy. So these my babies right here. These in 11. So these are like probably by far like one of the, I love the 7s. So I'm looking forward to popping those Centras when they come out. But these by far, like I think these supposed to retro back in 23. Hopefully they do it just like this. I think this is the 2012 pair, but this is a beautiful sneaker, and I love this sneaker. So that was one pair of sneakers that I always wanted. And then, to be honest, I always wanted a pair of the 18, like the all black and red ones. Like I just always wanted a pair of those, like the bread 18s. And it's like I think like the 18 did retro. I don't know if I think they retro did some weird ass color. It was like an orange color. It was like they had some weird ass color because I wasn't lit, and I saw them. I was like, oh shit, the 18s. But yeah, I always wanted a pair of 18s too. And I had a pair of the bread 19s. I love those too. I wore those shits to the ground. So I wish they bring back out the 19s too. I love those too.
Yeah, the 18 was weird the way they retroed it because they brought out the white and blue first, then the black and blue.
Yeah,
two OGs, and then they brought out all those fluorescent colors.
Oh yeah, all those weird colors. It was like an orange one. It was like a yellow one, right?
Yeah.
like
and
yeah, so
nice one that was all red and black. It was like reverse of the ones you're talking about, but
yeah, those two pair, like the all black and red ones. Yeah, and the all red and black ones. Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having those red.
Yeah, those are fire.
Yeah, the 18 is my favorite higher up number Jordan. It's the last new Jordan I bought all the colors of.
The 10s you said?
The 18.
Yeah, man.
Favorite.
The 18?
Higher
up joints, yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
think
favorite
for
one.
me, like, yeah, I think for me, the 18s, like those particular colors were definitely fire. I did like the 20s, the all black 20s. Those were nice. I like those as well. And I think another pair of Jordans that I really, really loved that I thought were really dope was aside from the 18s was like the 17s too. I really did like the 17s. So like if I get a pair of 17s, I'll be happy. Like, you know, I never had a pair of 17s. I did think the 17s were pretty dope. And then another silhouette that I miss is the 10s, man. Like a real simple silhouette that they need to bring the hell back out, man. I love the 10s, man. I have like so many pair of 10s. I'm like, can we get a pair back, man? Like, I don't care. This one retro, yo. This retro of the 10s is one more time, yo. Like, cause it was just a real simple kick. Like, so I would like to see a pair of 10s come back out.
Okay. All right. Now, before we move ahead to sneaker future, obviously in this day and age of sneakers, you know, we all take L's here and there. But what do you feel like has been the hardest L that you've taken on a sneaker since the pandemic started?
Man, there's so many L's I have taken, yo. Like, I think the hardest L that I have taken, I think the pandemic has started, like, so that's kind of like over like a 2-year span. I think the hardest L I probably have taken was, and I think, so no, that actually wasn't L because I did get the cool grades. I got the cool grade 11s on a raffle, so that would have been a definite L. I think one of the biggest L's for me that I took, that I'm trying to think, man. It's like, because it's like, I think, there was a pair of fours that came out that I wanted that I didn't get, so that was an L. And I think those LeBrons, the South Beach, that was like a hard L for me because I really wanted those. So that was an L because I don't own a lot of LeBrons, but those LeBrons I did want. So that was an L for me. What just came out that I wanted, those twos that just came out, the Union. I took an L on both of those. That was a hard L because I love twos. You know, I really love twos, and like a lot of people sleep on twos. Like QC Cutie like loves twos. Like they, what you call them, like her mama two, mama side, mama size. Like that's how I kind of feel about twos, but maybe not like that. But I just love like twos, and like people sleep on them. So that was like a hard L for me. But that was really a lot of the sneakers that kind of came out. I kind of got or like really didn't want. Like a lot of ones came out. Like the Pullins, I took the L on those, but I eventually got those. Like, those were a pair of ones that I wanted. So like Fire Red 4s, I found those in the damn store. So I was happy about those. Like I took an L on the playoffs. I needed those from the Stars, but I eventually got those. So a lot of the L's I took, I found a way to get those really at a price that I felt comfortable paying for. Because I can't pay like $5 for sneakers.
Nah, I got you. Okay. Well, as we go into quarter 4, which is sneaker future, I guess my first question would be, what direction would you like to see your collection go in the future?
That's a good question. So for me in the future, I really like to see more versatility within my collection. So like I love Jordans. I could probably speak for a lot of people. A lot of people really like Jordans because just the history behind it, just the player, the silhouettes, the colorways. But I really like to see more versatility. So I kind of like been looking at a multiple different sneakers. New Balance is kind of like, a brand that I'm kind of looking at. Reebok has been hit or miss when it comes to different things. So I like Reebok kind of had a lot of different collaborations. So they had the Looney Tunes creation, like a new pair, like the AI4 that came out. Like I had the step overs. So I was like, didn't really want those too much. But probably get some more Reeboks, not just like the Iversons, but like Reebok actually has some pretty kicks. I'll probably go around looking at the getting back into like some of the kicks that I wear, like Adidas. Like, so I've been copping a lot of forms. So like, you know, the Form 84. So I have a couple of pair of Form 84s, like the mids, like and the highs. I like those. So those are like comfortable sneakers. Like Jordan actually knows in a game. Like a lot of people don't know that. So like, you know, that was like so. Those. Also been kind of looking at so like Reeboks and some Pumas too. Like a couple of Pumas. Like Puma got a couple of collaboration as well. So I saw some dope ass Pumas I might cop. So I like to see this a little bit more versatility within my collection. And cop like those sneakers that mean a lot to me that I weren't able to get. So like I said, like those playoffs was something I had to get. Like the Heritage ones, like I had to get because I just like that color. So and definitely Jordans that a lot of people don't really care about. So like, you know, I wear a lot of mids. I like mids. So kind of copping mids in different colors because the mids colorways are getting really unique and really fancy. So I like those. But it's more so less about me now than more is about my girl, right? So like I'm really trying to get her into the game, you know, try to get her different things. So like I said, bought her those OG one Visionaire, so she flipped. But like I mean, like she went from like having like 2 pair of sneakers to probably like 10 pair of sneakers now. So I'm kind of thinking more about her. So maybe more so in the future, helping her to build her collection and kind of get into it, understand it a little bit more, and like doing that. So that's really what it's about for me. This sharing the love of what I enjoy with her. I got a shit ton of sneakers in the room. I don't think I need more.
As somebody who's married to a sneaker collector, because my wife, I put her collection up with most dudes. You know, it's a beautiful thing when y'all both into it. So,
like VB, I put her collection. Yeah, always coming with the heat.
She got some shit I don't even have. I'm like, dang, man, you know what I'm saying? You got them.
Yeah,
you know.
I just seen her on a Target magazine or some shit. I was like, yo, you out here? Actually, I was on a Nike website and like I found some picture of her from like 2 years ago with some damn Jordans on. I was like, yo, she out here.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go.
She's doing it, you know, but
she's doing it. So,
very proud.
Much respect to her, yo, for real.
For sure.
Making me think about how to do my damn, like, I'm like, shit, let me see what people wear today.
Yeah. Between her and Kiki, you know, they have me on the edge of my seat every day.
Kiki, man, did you see Kiki's like reel the other day with her outfits? I was like, stop playing, yo. I had to I logged up her IG, yo. I'm like, she man, listen, she be killing it too. I ain't gonna hold.
Yeah,
she gonna be killing so, man. I gotta please swing down that way and come kick it with y'all, man. Cause I told you I got family in Raleigh, and I went to NC for a year, so I got a lot of people down there. Raleigh, Cary, Durham, like so, like I'm just man. We could go to Triangle, we could go to Crabtree, like so. So like I'm familiar, bro. So like let me know.
All right, yeah, let's do it. I'm you know, I'm in Mebane, so I'm like an hour from that, but that's still just an hour. That ain't so I will be there.
For real.
Let me know.
For real.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Say my wife is my favorite, but she is just because, you know, her collection. She'd be my favorite if I wasn't her husband, but you know, her and Key, yeah, definitely my 2 favorite.
They for real. Definitely be doing it for real. Appreciate them.
Okay. Now, what is, I mean, I know some of these, you know, we're probably going to be trying to get the same, but what is on your radar next?
What is on my radar next, man? Okay, come on. Like the Chicago 2s, the reimagined Chicago 1s, like those down radar. You know, like I said, I just like the colorway of the state, so I want those ones. What else is coming out that I want? The Centris 7s, I want those as well. The what's the name of those tools? It was like a collaboration with them tools, like them colorful orange and like yellow tools that came. I can't pronounce the name of the company, but I need those tools.
Whatever.
I need those. I need those. So like that's definitely on my radar. Definitely making sure I cop a pair of those. Like I thought I had a pair coming, then it wasn't. So it was weird, but so I need those. But like, you know, like I mean anything like Chicago colorway people love and different things, but the 2s and 1s for history and nostalgia for me. You know, it's not so much the hype. The Centris ones because when I came out a long ass time ago and I never got a pair, so I want those. What else is coming out, man? That I want. I think that's really. I think right now that's like as all I can kind of think about that I really want. Oh, and the threes, like
Mm-hmm.
the yeah, those. So
Yeah. So for me, it's everything you said. It's the ones. I would like a brand new pair of twos. My '04 pair of twos died. My 2010 pair
Oh
is
yeah.
okay, but you know,
Okay.
still 12. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the fence about the fire red threes because it's my least favorite OG colorway of the three. And my 2013 pair.
Yeah. Okay.
My '07.
Yeah, and like yeah. Yeah. I think the fire red threes, like again, the nostalgia for me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm looking forward to like getting a pair of those as well.
Yeah. I really want those yellow. They like the shattered backboards, but it's really deep yellow instead of the orange. Because I don't have the shattered backboards, I would really like to have those.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably ones. And you know they're making a black and silver 6 a regular high top 6.
Yeah, I feel those. Yep, those gonna be lit. I love sixes.
Yeah,
love sixes.
You know, because I remember seeing Eminem with those years ago. Because I guess they had made him a pair, and I was like, God, damn. So now that they're coming out, I would like to have those too.
Yeah, those two. Another pair I forgot to mention was those taxi ones. Them shit's sexy. I think I need a pair of those as well. Yeah, I think those ones. Yeah, those are like I kind of seeing like like the images of those. Like those are definitely a pair of ones I want. It's like certain colorways of ones that I'm kind of like, okay, I need a pair. Like because like those are gonna be hot. Like those are gonna be hot. And oh yeah, the cherry 11s. Like
yeah, I can't.
So those coming out, 11s always come around. Yeah, they always come out around Christmas. So the cherry 11s too. Forgot those.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on those, but I'm gonna try to get everything else.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, I definitely like the cherry 11s. Like because I just like red. So
yeah, nah, I got you.
Yeah, so those are good. Yeah, I forgot about those.
Now before we sign off, I have to ask you what your favorite. If you had to come out to one Dipset song, what would it be?
Trying to come out the one Dipset song, bro. That's a good one, man. There's a lot of Dipset songs, man. Let me see. What's like one of my favorite Dipset songs, man? Man, let me think, man. Give me a second. Let me see.
I'm gonna give you mine right quick.
All right, which one was?
It's a not as popular one because it's not a I Really Mean It or Dipset.
That's a classic.
One of my favorite Dipset songs is just called. It's from the Paid in Full soundtrack. It's called "I Am Dame Dash."
Oh, I definitely heard of it. Like I haven't heard it in a while, but I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, like I was gonna say I Really Mean It because that's classic, and like Dipset answers the classic, but it'd probably be like Get Crunk Music or something like that. That's a classic too. So I'll probably come out to like Get Crunk Music, like who else is Jim Jones and yeah. So that might be it for me. This is that Get It Crunk Music, Get It Drunk Stupid.
Yeah,
that's 4, 5. Yeah, so that one, that's probably one because like I mean like this anthem is definitely a classic. So
yeah, that was that first Jones from '04. I remember that.
Yeah, like back in the day, man. Like so, that probably would be it for me. Okay. I'm gonna think about that later. That's a good one.
All right. So, who is the as far as hip hop, who is the Harlem GOAT? Mm-hmm. Is it Puffy? Is it
the Harlem GOAT?
In your opinion,
I think, in my opinion, the Harlem GOAT. Damn, there's so many people that done came out of Harlem, yo. I think I'll speak to me kind of growing up, like the Harlem GOAT, right? So for a long time, like people was on Bad Boy. So like I would say Mace would probably be the Harlem GOAT. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like at least it's not like bottom up because Mace had hits. Like I went to Essence maybe like 2 years ago, and like Mace was in the Super Lounge, and you would have thought that's a club. It was like packed in there. So the impact that Bad Boy had and Mace had on Harlem World was a thing. So Mace is like one of the Harlem GOATs for me. I mean, like, Original Mace. I'm not talking about Pastor Mace. I'm talking about Mace and Betha. You know, like,
bring a little murder Mace in there.
Right? Yeah, like like for real. So welcome back with like a dude. So I'm talking about like Mace. Like, can't nobody take my crime. Can't nobody hold me down. Like bad boy Mace. So yeah, definitely Harlem World. Man. Like, and then Dipset for sure. Like like Dipset is like all Harlem. Like I said, all the ASAP people, like ASAP Rocky, kind of like now, like people know about ASAP because ASAP definitely doing a lot. ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, they doing a lot. So like big ups to them. But like for me, it was like Mace and Dip all day, yo, and probably like outside of like those like being Harlem people, like we just like the lots like Jada Kiss, boy, man, to this day, like I still bang with Jada for real. So and then I mean we like. Biggie's is all New York, like all New York, like and like you talk about Jay-Z, old Jay-Z, like not new Jay-Z, like old Jay-Z. so those are like some of like the big heavy hitters. Nas, Nas was a heavy hitter as well. So definitely, I mean, we could probably throw 50 in there too a little bit. 50 has some hits too, but those are like and then like you want to talk about LL and like. If we going back farther, like we could talk New York music all day. Somebody, man, but like Harlem, yeah, it had to be Mace.
Agreed.
At least for me. For real.
All right. Now, last New York question: who is going to win the title first? Knicks and the Nets.
Who's going to win the title first? Probably like I feel like shit. You know what? I think the Knicks will probably get the title first before the Nets. Because the Nets have terrible management, and like I feel like the Nets done had so many opportunities, they just have no damn chemistry, yo. I mean, you had Harden, Irving, and Durant, and you had Blake Griffin. I mean, he was kind of washed up by then, but like, yo, y'all still y'all swept the first round. I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I don't feel the Nets until they get like they damn front office situated will win a chip. I don't care who the hell they put on that damn team. Shit. Now the Knicks, I think the Knicks got some young, hungry players, and I think they are more in tune for like development of future team that will probably be a contender. So I think the Knicks will get their ring first, Because, like seeing how the Knicks played maybe like 2 years ago when they was on a playoff run, I was like, they hungry. Like the Nets is just a whole bunch of people that just want to be seen. So I'm like, the Knicks, I see the Knicks going places that they do it right. Because the Knicks, they be like, oh yeah, then they just pick up like, what the hell, why you got this person? So, but the Nets, I feel like the Nets, they have to really shift some pieces. So if y'all could take Kyrie, I feel like they'll do some things out there. But like KD, I think we could keep KD, but I think we have around KD that could play with KD, and KD, will have to recognize he's not on the Golden State Warriors no more, bro. So like, there's that. So I think the Knicks will get a ring first. Truly.
Fair enough. All right, now before we close off, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man. So like, I see you've been doing it for a long time. I appreciate always bringing back the history, all different things. So like, what are some L's that that you took this year that were some hard ones, and what are some sneakers that you really looking forward to coming from here that kind of like bring back that nostalgia for you? So because I mean like you've been doing it for a while. So like, what's something you really looking to? I forgot to add I'm looking to get for them pennies too. Like pennies were classic. But just kind of based on like sneakers that you own, that you have, that you looking for the retro, like I'm looking for it to be retro.
The only L that was really the only shoe this year 2022 that I really wanted that I wasn't able to get were the Union 2s. I kind of straddled the fence a little bit on my Manier 2 because I like it. I felt like I was really only getting it because it was on my Manier more so than me liking it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the Wing It 2s. Yeah. I mean, they're different than those, but, am I really going to wear them? I would have worn those Union 2s, though. Those were on another level to me. So,
I want those Union 2s, man. Both colors.
Yeah. Now last year it was a lot of L's. Pretty much any dunk I wanted.
Yeah, dunks were hard to get last year. I'm gonna hold you.
I really wanted the off-white twos.
Oh yeah, those were beautiful. Those were nice. Mm-hmm.
The white ones. The black ones. I don't know. I think it's maybe because they weren't. There weren't any OG black twos. I never really give black twos the love that they deserve. It's just still like the only black two they've come out with I really liked were those infrared twos from 2014.
Those were nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
If they'd have made those with premium quality, those would be all-time classic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they made them so poorly. But I also took an L on the blue wave patterns. I have the maroon ones, but I really wanted those blue ones.
Man, I wanted a pair of patterns, man. That's another pair on my radar too. Like those patterns, like both. Like after, like I want the blue wave ones, and I think the orange ones too. I wanted two of those, so those are nice.
Yeah, but the only other thing I can think of with the L's on stuff that I already have the older version of doesn't hit as hard, but like I wanted a new pair of South Beaches because my pair is in really good shape, but they're still they're still 12. So who knows how long they're gonna last.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
That's really it. But as far as I'm always, just being a child of the 80s and 90s, I'm always gonna love Jordans, but I just I look more forward to like regular Nikes that aren't J's more so than that. Like I really want those white penny ones. Never had them before. I have the other two.
Yeah, I want those penny ones. Yeah. Yeah, those pennies for real.
If I can get a new pair of black and white ones, with the blue, that'd be great too. But I really want white ones.
Yep.
Just more stuff like that. I mean, and put the Jason Kids on sale for $60, but it was a mistake. So I was so frustrated from that whole ordeal that I ended up just finding a pair from 2015 on eBay for like $80, $90. So I ended up just buying them.
I had to get those.
But just more. I really want more trainers and basketball. Some is just replacing some I haven't had before. So
that's true.
And the show Kiki and I do reachbacks. I'm always looking for shoes all the time. So that's why I'm
all the time. Yeah, I appreciate that for real.
I love the reachbacks. I'm more excited for those than I am for the new releases a lot of the times because, I'm like, man, I found one of these, so. So yeah. Yeah,
the reachbacks is dope too. Yeah. So like my last question for you, so like what advice would you give to like those trying to get into the game, man? Like you've been doing this, you got the YouTube, you got the kicks, like you got like, you got the copper pass with your wife. So like what advice would you give like, new heads coming to the game? Like, I mean, like you've been doing it for a little while, I've been doing it for a little while, but like anybody that's trying to get into this, that like just for the love of kicks, that's not in it like to sell, like what advice would you give them?
Just stick to your guns and wear what you like. Like I'll say, for instance, I fall out of favor with some people because, like with Jordan specifically, right? I'm one of the few people in the world that most of the time I like the white colorway over the black and red one. There's only a few times when the black and red out, but it's what I like. And just because that's not popular, I'm not going to change my stance because it's not popular. So just be true to yourself and wear what you like.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's it for me. That's it. So like what I appreciate about you and like Key and like you and your wife, like y'all really dive into like the history or like the kicks. So like the reachbacks, that's dope, man. Like I told you, I said I gotta come down there and go thrift with y'all, all that, because it's about the nostalgia for me. It's the love. So I love going to thrift stores and finding things that could just match with my kicks, and like everything I do in terms of like sneakers is really about giving back and like showing love, yo. So like I said, I don't do it for like the follow or the likes and nothing. I do it because I love kicks, yo. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time to sit down and speak. I say because I think you dope. I think with you and your wife are dope. I feel like y'all do dope things. And I'm just glad to have the opportunity to get back into the community and really just do it because I love it, man. So I hope I gain some followers from here. Like, definitely meet some people. So, like, if you just want to talk kicks, connect with me at Mr. Kingsley H. Closet. Would love to, like, speak with y'all, connect with y'all. But, yo, this has been a pleasure. So I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. Takes my mind off of qualitative research.
Hey, and you know, props to you, man. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. You're working on your PhD, you know, your doctorate. You know what I mean? So, props to you for that. And you know, we'll definitely be messaging each other. And if you ever want to have me on something that you're doing, you know, I'll be there.
Oh, for real. So I'm telling you, when I come to NC, man, I'm linking with all y'all. Like, I'll be down there. I'll probably be down there in July. So I'm gonna hit y'all up. Like, yo, what's like? Let's go to the mall. Like, I hope to come back with some bags, man. For real.
So, man, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in the comments. As always, thank you.
Appreciate y'all for real.
On behalf of follow this man, Mr. Kingsley's Closet and Mr. Kingsley H, both pages.
Yes, follow me, yo, like me, like hit me up. Like if you just want to talk, man, definitely. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into more things. So any type of ideas, like I said, I have my little show that I just come on, just want to talk about like real things. So like if you have any topics, anything that you want to talk about, like DM me. I mean, we could talk about whatever, man. I'll talk about life. We talk about kicks. We talk about just living. And like, it's all love. Like, I'm all about the love and it's the joy. This meeting people, connecting with people, and this meeting real people that just love kicks because they love kicks. Not trying to be like, yo, look at what I got on. I don't care if you got on some damn K-Swiss, bro. Like, if that's all you love and that's what you like, then shit, I'll bang with you. Shit, you can have all the K-Swiss and I think that's fire. So, it's all love for me, man, for real.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and run. I'm going to definitely be in touch with you. Thank you once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yo, appreciate it, yo. Like, definitely have a good night. Yo, be safe.
You too, man. Peace.
All right. Peace.